there's going to come a time in the days ahead when medical workers are going to get a rest, the hospitals are going to be emptying out, the morgues are going to be releasing bodies, and pastors are going to be called to do funerals. And one of the things that they fail to do for pastors in seminary or in schools of ministry is to teach them how to do a funeral very well. So, pastors, if you're tuning in today, and I hope you are, I want to give you 3 tips, 3 points on how to do every single funeral and how to meet the needs that are out ahead. There are 3 things that you want to address in every funeral. You want to make sure that you bring comfort, that you bring hope, that you bring help. Nobody taught me that when I first came to Central Community. My senior pastor back in Indiana was opposed to me taking this church. He said, that little church is full of old people and the only thing you'll ever get good at is funerals. Well, I hope that's not the only thing I'll ever get good at, but I have done a lot of funerals. I've already buried way too many people in the last 6 months. And in doing funerals, maybe I've gotten good at it, but the things I've watched other pastors do as I pray for them as they do a funeral is this: I've watched them talk about themselves. This is not a time to talk about yourself. I've watched them talk about their families. Not a time for talking about their families. I've watched them try to lead people to Jesus. If a family tells you, make sure to try to lead people to Jesus at the funeral, they're only thinking about one person in the audience. Just ask them who that one person is and go and talk to that one person. Don't do it at the funeral. There's only one audience at that funeral, whether it's 500 people or whether it's 50 people or just 5 people at the funeral that you're talking to, and that's the family. And that family needs 3 things. They need comfort, they need healing, they need help. Or no, comfort, hope, and healing, excuse me. Comfort, hope, and help. Comfort, hope, and help. There we go. Comfort, hope, and help. Yeah, you can see why I don't do this. Anyway, remember those 3 things. And you'll be able to touch folks in the days ahead. I hope that there's only good things in the days ahead. I hope not one more life is lost. But if you're called on to do that funeral, step into it. Don't just be mediocre, but instead step into it and be miraculous. Open up God's Word. Go to Psalm 101 or Psalm 121 or Psalm 23. Go to John 14 if they're believers. Go to familiar words. Go to 1 Corinthians and read again. Go to Revelation, the 21st chapter. Read words of comfort. Read words that will restore hope. And then tell them stories about their loved one. Take time to spend an hour or 2 with them ahead of time. To be able to grieve together, to cry together, learn about their loved one, and then tell them stories that will help them. And then make sure that they know that there's still hope to carry on in life. When we do this, we have the opportunity to be people who, in the midst of every single storm, can be a rock, can be hope, can bring comfort, can bring help. And I guess it doesn't matter what order you bring it in. Hey, in your life today, I would recommend you do one thing. When my brother-in-law died, I loved him so much, and I had to do his funeral. And he had Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here, sung by 2 of his nieces at his funeral. It was never my favorite Pink Floyd song. I always kind of thought it was a little bit too popular. But in that moment, hearing his 2 nieces sing it, I thought, yeah, I want that at my funeral. And not because I think it's the coolest song for a funeral or anything like that, but in that moment I thought, this will forever connect me to Gary. Find something that will connect you to someone you love. And then draw it close. And in that moment, the people that you love will know why. The people that I love would know why in that moment. And that's what matters. The rest doesn't. What matters in that moment is the family. Those people that are closest, those that are letting go. Those people need comfort. Those people need help. Those people need hope. Bring those 3 things and keep it under 25 minutes. Whatever you do, keep it under 25 minutes. And it will be wonderful, even in the midst of their very worst moment. God bless you. I'm praying that you don't get called into that moment. But if you do, Pastor, if you do, do not apologize for stepping into that moment. Step in and know that God has a plan for you in that time and for your faith community. Know that today I'm lifting you up. God bless you. Don't be mediocre in your work and your ministry. Instead, be miraculous.